Hi everyone, my name is Ashton Price and I run Morph Productions that I've been running for 22 years now. And in that 22 years, I've been very fortunate to work with a lot of people that have become very successful, and I've had a lot of people that weren't very successful at all. And even though they were really, really talented. And I decided that this year I want to do something a little different, and I want to start making little videos of my thoughts about the music industry, promo, what's kind of going on, and try to give my clients and I guess anybody watching this maybe a better chance at finding success and getting out there. So this week I'm going to talk a little bit about promo. A lot of these talks are going to be about promo, and the reason is because if you're an artist, you got to get your music out there. And I have worked with so many artists that end up doing some incredible stuff and it just ends up falling flat. Nothing ends up happening. And it's really, really disappointing. It's disappointing to me. It's disappointing to the person I'm working with. And I think a lot of it stems from, a lot of people know how to write a song. Maybe they're lucky enough to work with the right person. Um, End up doing a really great product, but they don't know ultimately how to get it out there. And being an artist myself and having a few projects in the last 10 years, partly so that I could maybe figure this out a little bit, it is really, really frustrating. And what I always say is, you can come to someone like me, you can get a song produced and be really, really happy with it. You're going to have that song forever. But with promo, you can spend just as much money, if not a lot more, and end up with absolute nothing. So it's really, really daunting. But just because it's daunting doesn't mean that it shouldn't be done. It absolutely has to be done. You can't expect to release your music and just have it go out there and someone discovers it and you're now world famous. So it's a new year, and what I'm proposing is let's, at the end of this year, be further ahead with our goals. I'm not saying let's be rock stars, let's be pop stars, let's be world famous. I think part of the problem with artists is when you're going from like you're not anywhere and then your main goal is to be the biggest star, biggest talent or artist out there, that can be really daunting. So why don't we break it up into steps, and why don't we set a manageable goal for ourselves this year and say, I want to be further ahead than I was today when I was watching or making this video. So for me, I released 2 songs last year. Each song incrementally got a little bit more of a response. I learned a few things about promo that I'm going to apply this year. So and I'll go over that at some point. But so my first song that I released this year, I think it had about 5,000 streams. Second song had about 10,000 streams, and it's still going. So my next song I want to have, let's say 20,000 streams. Now, obviously we want to do better than that, but I think like I said, if we just kind of have these little manageable goals, then we're going to be less likely to get frustrated. We're going to be a lot more likely to follow through. And again, at the end of the year, instead of being so overwhelmed by like, oh, wow, I want to get, to 1 million streams. I want to get this or that. And then, it ultimately falling flat. If I just kind of build things up, I think I'm going to be a lot happier at the end of the year. Also, a lot of people don't realize that careers sometimes are slow building, and it doesn't happen overnight, but you do have to put the work in, and that's why I'm encouraging you to kind of do this incremental growth. So that's it for today, and next week we'll go over maybe some of the ways that I found have worked for me to get my stuff out there.